Duck is very proud of being Great Western. He talked endlessly about it, but he worked hard too and made everything go like clockwork. The trucks behaved well, the coaches were ready on time, and the passengers even stopped grumbling. But the engines didn't like having to bustle about.
"There are two ways of doing things,"
Duck told them.
"the Great Western way or the runaway. I'm Great Western and don't we know it?"
They groaned. They were glad when a visitor came. The visitor purred smoothly towards them. The fat controller climbed down.
"Here is Diesel,"
he said.
"I have agreed to give him a trial. He needs to learn. Please teach him, Duck."
Good morning.
Purred Diesel in an oily voice.
Pleased to meet you, Duck. Is that James and Henry and Gordon too? I am delighted to meet such famous engines.
And he purred towards them. The silly engines were flattered. "He has very good manners," they murmured. "We are pleased to have him in our yard." Duck had his doubts.
"Come on,"
he said shortly.
Oh yes, the yacht, of course. Excuse me, engines,
said Diesel. And he purred after Duck, talking hard.
You're worthy, Fatty.
"Set up hat to you,"
ordered Duck. Diesel looked hurt.
You're worthy, so top hat things I need to learn. He is mistaken. We diesels don't need to learn. We know everything. We come to a yacht and improve it. We are revolutionary.
"Oh,"
said Duck.
"if you're rather thinner-gummy, perhaps you would collect my trucks while I fetch Gordon's coaches."
Diesel, delighted to show off, purred away. With much banging and clashing, he collected a row of trucks. Duck left Gordon's coaches in the station and came back. Diesel was now trying to take some trucks from a siding nearby. They were old and empty. Clearly, they had not been touched for a long time. Their brakes would not come off properly. Diesel found them hard to move. Pull, push, backwards, forwards. "Oi! Oi!" the trucks groaned. "We can't! We won't!" Duck watched the operation with interest. Diesel lost patience.
Grr, grr.
He roared and gave a great heave. The trucks jerked forward. "Oh! Oh!" they screamed. "We can't! We won't!" Some of their brakes broke, and the gear hanging down bumped on the rails and sleepers. "We can't! We won't! Ah!" Their trailing brakes caught in the points and locked themselves solid.
Grr.
Roared Diesel. A rusty coupling broke, and he shot forward suddenly by himself.
"Ha ha ha!"
chuckled Duck. Diesel recovered and tried to push the trucks back, but they wouldn't move, and he had to give up. Duck ran quietly round to where the other trucks all stood in a line.
"Thank you for arranging these, Diesel,"
he said.
"I must go now."
Don't you want this lot?
"No, thank you."
Diesel gulped.
And I've taken all this trouble. Why didn't you tell me?
He almost shrieked.
"You never asked me. Besides,"
said Duck innocently,
"you were having such fun being whatever it was you said. Goodbye."
Diesel had to help the workman clear the mess. He hated it. All the trucks and coaches were laughing. Presently he heard them sing. Their song grew louder and louder, and soon it echoed through the yard. "Trucks are waiting in the yard, tacking on with Diesel. Show the world what I can do, gaily boasted Diesel. In and out he creeps about, like a mink-like weasel. When he shows the road trucks out, pop goes the Diesel."
Grr, grr.
He growled, and scuttling away, sulked in the shed. When Duck returned and heard the truck singing, he was horrified.
"Shut up!"
he ordered, and bumped them hard.
"I'm sorry our trucks were rude to you, Diesel,"
he said. Diesel was still furious.
It's all your fault. You made them laugh.
"Nonsense,"
said Henry.
"Duck would never do that. We engines have our differences, but we never talk about them to the trucks. That would be
Disgraceful,
said Gordon.
disgusting,
put in James.
despicable,
finished Henry. Diesel hated Duck. He wanted him to be sent away, so he made a plan. Next day, he spoke to the trucks.
I see you like jokes. You made a good joke about me yesterday. I laughed and laughed. Ha ha ha. Doc told me what about Gordon. I'll whisper it. Don't tell God I told you.
And he sniggered away.
Ha ha ha!
Guffawed the trucks.
Gordon will be cross with Duck when he knows. Let's pay him and pay Duck out for bumping us.
Diesel went to all the sightings, and in each he told different stories. He said Duck had told them to him. This was untrue, but the trucks didn't know. They laughed rudely at the engines as they went by. And soon, Gordon, Henry, and James found out why.
Disgraceful,
said Gordon.
disgusting,
Said James.
despicable,
Said Henry.
we cannot allow it.
They consulted together.
Yes,
They said,
he did it to us. We'll do it to him and see how he likes it.
Duck was tired out. The trucks had been cheeky and troublesome. He had hard work to make them behave. He wanted a rest in the shed.
Whoosh! Keep out!
The 3 engines barred his way, and Diesel lurked behind.
Stop fooling,
Said Duck.
I'm tired. So are we.
Hissed the engines.
We're tired of you. We like Diesel. We don't like you. You tell tales about us to the trucks. I don't. You do. I don't. You do.
The fat controller came to stop the noise.
don't call me a galloping sausage.
Sputtered Gordon.
Rusty red scrap iron.
Hissed James.
I'm old square wheels.
Fumed Henry.
Well, Duck.
Duck considered.
I only wish, sir,
He said gravely,
that I thought of those names myself, if the dome fits.
the fat controller coughed.
He made trucks laugh at us.
Accused the engines. The fat controller recovered.
Did you, Duck? Certainly not, sir. No steam engine would be as mean as that. Now, Diesel, you heard what Duck said.
They can't understand it, sir. To think out of all engines. I'm dreadfully mean, sir, but know nothing.
I see.
Diesel squirmed and hoped he didn't.
I'm sorry, Duck, but you must go to Edward's station for a while. I know he will be glad to see you.
Beg pardon, sir. Do you mean now?
Yes, please.
As you wish, sir. Duck trundled sadly away, while Diesel smirked with triumph in the darkness. So Duck came to Edward's station.
It's not fair.
He complained.
Diesel has made the fat controller and all the engines think I'm horrid.
Edward smiled. I know you aren't, he said, and so does the fat controller. You wait and see. Duck felt happier with Edward. He helped him with his trucks and coaches, and sometimes helped foreign engines by pushing their trains up the hill. But Gordon, Henry, and James never spoke to him at all. One day, he pushed behind a goods train and helped it to the top.
Peep, peep, goodbye,
he called, and rolled gently over the crossing to the other line. Duck loved coasting down the hill, running easily with the wind whistling past. He hummed a little tune. Peep, peep!
That sounds like a god's whistle,
he thought.
We haven't a god.
His driver heard it too, and looked back.
Hurry, Duck, hurry, he called urgently. There's been a breakaway. Some trucks are chasing us.
There were 20 heavily loaded trucks.
Hurrah! 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 They laughed. We broken away! We broken away!
And before the signal man could change the points, they followed Duck on to the down line.
Chase him! Bump him! Throw him off the rails!
They yelled and hurtled after Duck, bumping and swaying with ever-increasing speed. The guards saved Duck. Though the trucks had knocked him off his van, he got up and ran behind, blowing his whistle to attract the driver's attention.
Now what?
asked the fireman.
As fast as we can,
said the driver grimly.
Then they'll catch us gradually.
They raced through Edward Station, whistling furiously, but the trucks caught them with a shuddering jar. The fireman climbed back, and the van brakes came on with a scream. Braking carefully, the driver was gaining control.
Another clear mile and we'll do it,
he said. They swept around a bend.
Oh, glory! Look at that!
A passenger train was just pulling out on their line from the station ahead. The driver leapt to his reverser, hard over, full steam, whistle.
It's up to you now, Duck,
he said. Duck put every ounce of weight and steam against the trucks. They felt his strength.
On!
They yelled, but Duck was holding them now.
I must stop them! I must!
The station came nearer and nearer. The last coach cleared the platform.
It's too late!
Duck groaned and shut his eyes. He felt a sudden swerve and slid, shuddering and groaning along a siding. A barber had set up shop in a wooden shed in the yard. He was shaving a customer. There was a sliding, groaning crash, and part of the wall caved in. The customer jumped nervously, but the barber held him down.
It's only an engine,
he said calmly, and went on lathering.
Beg pardon, sir,
gasped Duck.
Excuse my intrusion. No, I won't, said the barber crossly. You frightened my customers and spoiled my new paint. I'll teach you.
And he lathered Duck's face all over. Poor Duck. They were pulling the trucks away when the Fat Controller arrived. The barber was telling the workmen what he thought.
I do not like engines popping through my walls,
he fumed.
They disturb my customers. I appreciate your feelings, and will gladly repair the damage, but you must know that this engine and his crew have prevented a serious accident. You and many others might have been badly hurt.
The Fat Controller paused impressively.
It was a very close shave.
Oh, said the barber.
Oh, excusez-moi.
He ran into his shop, fetched a basin of water, and washed Duck's face.
I'm sorry, Duck, he said. I didn't know you were being a brave engine.
That's all right, sir, said Duck.
I didn't know that either. You were very brave indeed. I'm proud of you. I shall tell City of Tro about you next time he comes.
Oh, sir! Duck felt happier than he had been for weeks.
And now, when you are mended, you are coming home.
Home, sir? Do you mean the yard?
Of course.
But, sir, they don't like me. They like Diesel.
Not now. I never believed Diesel. After you went, he told lies about Henry, so I sent him packing. The engines are sorry and want you back.
So a few days later, he came home shiny with new paint. There was a really rousing welcome from Duck, the Great Western Engine.